Okay, guys, I want to tell you the story about how I recently tried to buy a used RV. And what should have been an exciting experience turned into a frustrating exercise full of red flags and confusing policies that just didn't make sense. From the start, I told the dealer I wanted to inspect the RV myself before making any kind of commitment. I wasn't asking for anything crazy or complicated. I just wanted a basic inspection that any smart buyer would do before spending thousands of dollars on something that's not just a vehicle, but oftentimes can be a second home. They did let me walk through the RV, and they did have the electric plugged in, but I wasn't able to test the outlets because neither the salesperson nor I had anything to plug in or a tester on hand, so I would have to come back to do that. The dealer told me that if I wanted to test things like the water and the gas appliances, I would need to have an agreement signed and put down a deposit first, which that seemed weird to me, but here we are. There was no water hooked up and the gas wasn't hooked up. And I was allowed to look at the roof where I noticed some DIY repairs. This RV is about 8 years old. I also wanted to remove the cover on the roof AC to see if it had been properly maintained. I'm not a first-time RV owner, as you can tell, and I've had issues with RVs in the past, so I kind of know what to look for on like just basic maintenance stuff. So looking under the RV, I saw that the leaf springs definitely needed to be replaced. Those are like the shocks for an RV. And at the back, there were some panels that were dented in, and it looked like the RV had been hit or backed into something. And then one window seal was coming off, which meant more inspection was needed to see if there was any water leaking into the bed area. And of course, the water heater was really rusty and it didn't look like it had been properly maintained. There's parts on that you can take apart to look to see what's going on. There may be some replacements needed. So I wasn't expected perfection. I wanted to turn things on other than the electric, like the water and the gas appliances, and test how everything worked. That's when things got really weird. The dealer told me I absolutely could not do a full inspection myself, especially not related to the gas appliances, and that any inspection had to be done by a licensed RV inspector. Then they said I had to sign a deposit agreement first and even wanted to run my credit despite the fact that I was paying in cash. They kept insisting that they had already done a full inspection and had paperwork to prove it, but I needed to be able to verify the systems myself. Everybody should verify themselves to make sure they're not buying a problem.